Hello YouTube, it's PG Gaming Scotland here and welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are well and gaming lots. So in today's video we'll be looking over the recent gaming news of the last week. This will be a Last of Us themed gaming news video with the addition of a couple of extra games as well. So this video will contain some spoilers for the Last of Us 2 trailer, so if you don't want to know anything and want to go in fresh, then by all means don't watch this video. There's a wee disclaimer at the start of the video, but without further ado, let's jump into today's gaming news video. Before we do, we'll want to hear your opinions down below of everything being discussed in today's video. So without further ado, let's jump into today's video. So I'm very excited, finally getting a release date for The Last of Us Part 2, 21st February 2020. Absolutely fantastic to finally get a release date after 16 months of no information whatsoever. Oh my god, I'm so excited, so ready to play The Last of Us Part 2. So we're going to continue with the state of play. We're going to talk about Outbreak Day and all the information and announcements for that day, and also all the special editions of The Last of Us Part 2 that you can enjoy when the game launches. So as always, you've heard about the release date. So we got a new Call of Duty Modern Warfare single player trailer for the new Call of Duty coming out in 25th of October. It looks really great, I'm really excited to play it. So that's new single player trailer. We got a new Rockstar game is finally getting VR support, and that's LA Noire. Not played this game, it really does look very interesting. So LA Noire is getting the VR support. Also in time just before the game launches in Halloween, Medieval, the game's obviously coming out on Halloween, we're getting a new Medieval demo which can be played and downloaded right now. And finally, for the state of play that I've really interested in, Death Stranding got a new trailer and also PS4 themed limited edition console. It does look incredible. That is the state of play. Really excited for The Last of Us Part 2 getting a release date. Some new gameplay we saw, and finally Joel is back. At long last, Joel is back, but the trailer made me think that Ellie's partner gets shot, and also there looks like potential some sort of abuse going on with the bruises on Ellie's back in one of the shots in the trailer. So this game's going to be very emotive, very dark, and also it's going to have a lot of touchy subjects that only Naughty Dog can hopefully pull off in their brilliant storytelling fashion. So now Outbreak Day. So in the Naughty Dog community, Naughty Dog like to give us announcements and maybe bits of gameplay or more news for The Last of Us Part 1 or Part 2. So it's going to be new announcements for The Last of Us related news, gameplays, trailers, teasers, whatever it may be. Now this 26th of September is a yearly gaming news day for Naughty Dog and The Last of Us, and this 26th of September was no different. We got new merch including PSN avatars, 6 of them. We got a new PS4 theme, a new artwork and posters, and new merchandise like t-shirts, pop sockets for the back of your phone, and also I saw a skateboard themed Last of Us Part 2 which was pretty cool. And also we got an 8-inch Ellie statue which is totally separate to the collector's statue that I'm going to talk about later in today's video, but that at the time of recording this video is sold out, and I don't think we'll be getting any more statues back in stock, or if you will, they might be sold on eBay but for stupid prices, to be honest. The statue alone for the 8-inch Ellie statue with her crossbow was $180, which is around £160 I want to say, thereabouts for the UK fans. So as part of Outbreak Day, obviously we get new merch and a new Ellie statue, but the game is going to ship on with 2 discs. There's going to be no multiplayer at launch, which is unfortunate because the multiplayer for the first game was really fun and really good, really different as well. But Naughty Dog have released a statement saying because of the single player game being so big, they sort of parked that idea of multiplayer, but they are still fans of multiplayer and factions. So it sounds as though we're going to be getting multiplayer further down the line after launch, or potentially its own multiplayer game potentially in the future. So that is something to look forward to, but it's unfortunate that we won't be getting it at launch because the single player campaign is going to be so huge. So there's going to be a skill tree like the previous game for survival, crafting and stealth. There's going to be no shivs in this game. So shivs were like really big knives that you could unlock secret doors and passageways through collecting certain items in the game. So there's going to be no shivs, and the environments are going to be a lot bigger, like we've seen that in the Lost Legacy and Uncharted 4. Still sort of very linear, but certain areas of the game were really big, massive, open world type environments, but it still gave you that sort of linear sort of narrative story experience, which I'm really looking forward to. I love to scavenge and get upgrades from my weapons and guns and whatever else just by playing the game, so that's going to be cool. We've also got new enemy types, so scramblers are big infected, almost boss zombie type enemies, and we're also going to get the addition of dogs. Now this adds another element of strategy in terms of your stealth. So before you had your normal stealth, you could hit R3 I think tank, and you can have listen mode, and you can see the enemies sort of shadows through walls, etc. And obviously with dogs in real life, they can smell and sniff you out, so you're going to have to run, and they can chase you down. So obviously there's going to be a big issue about killing dogs in this game, but maybe if you are in a life and death situation, you may have to kill dogs, which I'm really sort of upset about, because I don't really want to have to kill animals in this game that are alive. But obviously enemy players, yeah, if they attack me, I'm going to attack them back. So also, as part of the new game mechanic, Ellie can now go prone in long grass to try and evade enemies. Also, Ellie can jump over things, so that is really cool. Really taking The Last of Us, which was a fantastic game, and they're building upon it for The Last of Us Part 2. I'm really looking forward to it. And now we're going to be talking about the 5 different editions of The Last of Us Part 2 that you can get. Well, I say get, they're probably all sold out now at the time of recording this video. So yeah, we're going to jump into today's editions. So obviously the standard edition is $49.99. This is at UK prices, so please use converter calculators for American prices. So for the standard edition, you get the game and 2 pre-order bonuses. So an ammo capacity upgrade for Ellie's pistol, you get more ammo for it, and also a crafting training manual, which allows you to craft new recipes for crafting, for stealth, and also for upgrades and like equipment. But you will be able to get these just by playing the game as you progress, which is no massive game breaking for that. So the second edition, for all you digital people out there, the digital deluxe edition is going to cost you $64.99. It comes with the game, the 2 pre-orders, the ammo capacity for Ellie's pistol, and the training manual for new upgrades and crafting recipes. Also Ellie's tattoo avatar for PlayStation, digital soundtrack, digital mini art book, PS4 dynamic theme, and a set of 6 PSN avatars, and that's for $64.99. The third edition is the special edition, and that's going to cost around $69.99. It's going to be the game, plus the steelbook, PS4 dynamic theme, 6 PSN avatars, a 48-page mini art book, the 2 pre-order bonuses of the ammo capacity upgrade for Ellie's pistol, crafting training manual for new crafting recipes and upgrades. The special edition sounds pretty good, like, I must say, it does sound pretty good. The 4th edition is obviously the collector's edition. Now this is where it really jumps up in price. So the collector's edition is sold out from, you might be able to get it in certain places, maybe in local game shops or whatever, but I really highly doubt you'll still be able to get them. I think it's sold out now, unfortunately. So collector's edition, $159.99. The game, the steelbook, a 12-inch Ellie statue, 48-page mini art book, replica of Ellie's bracelet in the game, art print, a thank you letter, set of 5 stickers, 6 pins, PSN avatars, a PS4 theme, digital soundtrack, digital art book, and the 2 pre-order bonuses of the ammo capacity for Ellie's pistol and the training manual. Now I have researched this final edition called the Ellie edition, and it looks as though you can only get it in America, which is so unfortunate. I think this edition would have been a really good edition for all the people in Europe and the UK and all around the world. Not sure about Australia at this stage, but I've only been really researching for the UK fans. Unfortunately you won't be able to get it in the UK. It's unfortunate. You might be able to get it off of eBay, but ridiculous prices for eBay. Now, so basically for the Ellie edition, everything in the collector's edition, the game, the steelbook, 12-inch Ellie statue, 48-page mini art book, replica of Ellie's bracelet in the game, art print, thank you letter, set of 5 stickers, 6 pins, PSN avatars, PS4 theme, digital soundtrack, digital art book, 2 pre-order bonuses, ammo capacity for Ellie's pistol, and the training manual for crafting upgrades and new crafting recipes, as well as for Ellie's edition, also a full-size replica of Ellie's backpack from the game, a 7-inch vinyl record featuring music from the original soundtrack. Now this is the American price, $229.99, which is roughly about £187. Obviously I've converted it for all the UK fans just to get you a rough idea of what or how much this could be if it does eventually come to the UK, but unfortunately it doesn't look like it will be at this stage. So that has been a massive gaming news video for The Last of Us. Talked about The Last of Us state of play with all those new games, the special editions, and also Outbreak Day information. So let me know your thoughts down below, what you think about The Last of Us getting a release date, any sort of state of play of Sony's third state of play, Outbreak Day information and updates and announcements, and also the gaming editions of The Last of Us Part 2. That has been a big video. As always, let me know your thoughts down below. I'm really can't wait to hear them. Thank you very much for watching. I've been PC Gaming Scotland, and I'll see you on another video. Thanks very much, guys. Bye bye.